The Hillsboro Hawks are back in championship form. After 3 straight losing seasons, 9 wins and a conference championship in 2021 brought the Hawks back to a standard they set starting a decade ago. From 2011 to 2017, Hillsboro never won fewer than 8 games and claimed 2 district titles. But the Hawks are far from resting on their laurels. Head coach Bill Sucharksi says past success and a full trophy case don't mean anything. Hillsboro has wiped the slate clean.
We had the conversation with the kids just the other day that, as far as this year goes, we haven't done anything in terms of what our one-loss record is. And so just to work to continue to get better, implement the things that we did last year and add some new wrinkles in there that as we feel our kids get more and more comfortable with what we're doing, and just keep working to get better. You can't ever sit back and look back at what you did the previous year, because I always tell the kids every year that it's a new team. Seniors graduate, freshmen come in, and it's a new team every year, and that's the way we got to approach it.
2 seniors, a pair of the program's best ever players, have been instrumental in Hillsboro's success the last 3 seasons. Running back Jackson Patterson is on his way to setting the school's career rushing record. Over 1,400 yards and 17 touchdowns on the ground last year means Patterson has gained 1,200 yards in 3 straight seasons and scored 46 total rushing TDs. He says it's a product of no days off.
I don't know, man. I feel like the weight room's a big thing, and going doing stuff on your own when no one's watching is what's really going to get you above the level that everyone else is at. I want to do a lot of footwork in the off season because I feel like at speed you can't ever be too fast or you can't ever be too strong. So the weight room and going and doing footwork and sprints and stuff.
Austin Romaine has been an excellent partner with Patterson on offense, compiling over 2,200 yards from scrimmage over the last 2 years combined. But Romaine is a truly dominant player on defense. The future Kansas State Wildcat hit the 100 tackle mark last season, piling up a whopping 22 tackles for loss and 8 sacks. The All-State linebacker says getting bigger, faster, and stronger is the only way the Hawks get to where he wants to take them.
Definitely speed and strength. You can't have too much of it, like Jackson said, so just stay with that and get ready. Kind of just told myself to do it, keep grinding for the team. It'll be the senior year. Just keep working, and I still have 4 years left on my own after this, so just stay with it.
There's a third star emerging among the Hillsboro ball carriers. Junior Peyton Brown made the most of his opportunities on both sides of the ball, but he's ready to take his game to another level.
Last year, I was a little weaker compared to everybody else. Everybody was a little older, more matured. I got myself in the weight room, and speed, I need to get that up. As Jackson said, footwork, had to get that going.
Opposing defenses will focus much of their energy trying to slow a Hillsboro run offense that averaged 319 yards per game in 2021. That's why Sucharksi says the Hawks' first priority this offseason was to be better through the air.
Definitely throwing the football. That's been an emphasis since I've taken over. We've got to get better with that. And it's the whole thing. It's running the routes, it's catching the ball, it's throwing the ball, throwing on time, reading coverages, pass protection. So that's really been a point of emphasis. Prior to me getting the job, we really didn't do a lot of 7-on-7 stuff. We were able to do that last year and this year, and I think it's given our kids confidence in throwing and catching the football, and that's a good thing for our kids.
The group of offensive weapons is as deep as Sucharksi has seen since he became head coach.
Well, we have a handful of running backs. We have our 2 guys who've been in our program with Jackson and Austin for years getting the ball. We've got other guys who've now grown up. Weight rooms made them stronger, faster. We have some kind of, I would call them change of pace backs that we have, and Cohen Linder and the Duncan kid. And so those guys are going to allow us to, bring some quicker guys in here and there, do some stuff with those guys. So we have a lot of guys. Caden Brown's a senior who's really stepped up, was having a good camp as one of our other running backs. We got Peyton Brown back as well. So we have a lot of guys that I feel we can get the ball to from a running back, and our receiving core is getting better. With my son Chase, and we got Blake Larson and Keaton Pipkins, and those guys are doing a good job catching the ball. And so as long as we can continue to do that, I think we can really spread the ball around.
But defense is where Hillsboro has become one of the state's elite teams. The Hawks gave up less than 12 points per game and posted 5 shutouts last season. Brown says they play with their hair on fire.
We get around, we get blitzes every play. We're in the backfield trying to get the ball, get it back to the offense.
Senior defensive lineman Alex Medina joined the ranks of impact players for the Hawks with 10 tackles for loss last season. He says a couple factors contribute to the team's ability to get stops.
Communication's a big part of our defense. You have to know where everyone's going. You have to execute. Lifting heavy weights just every day, in and out. Game speed was definitely way faster than anything I've played before.
Sucharksi says at Hillsboro, intense defense is a mantra.
I think one thing we do good as a staff, Coach Ray and our staff, we demand that out of those guys. We demand them to fly around the football. We really try to get those guys to understand their assignment and understand that your job and your teammates' job all coincides together. And the second you take a play off or can't go, then it's going to affect the defense in its entirety. And so we really stress that flying around. Our biggest thing is you're going to make mistakes. Okay, coaches make mistakes, players make mistakes, but if you play hard, you can limit how those mistakes cost you. And so we really preach that with our kids defensively, to fly around, have a lot of fun with what we do defensively, but really get after it and create chaos.
There's a lot that Hillsboro does well on the football field, and plenty of games won to back that up. But the one thing this flock of Hawks is lacking is postseason success. Losing the Class 5 District 1 championship game at home to eventual state semifinalist North County is something Romaine certainly wants to avenge, but he says he also tried to start over.
I kind of just, after the North County game, just stopped focusing on that, went straight to this season and working in the off season. Goals for the team, first would be district championship because we came short on that, and then what happens after that would be amazing.
Patterson says the table is set for his guys to reach their goals.
I mean, hey, every team wants to go to state. Everyone wants to win on a win, so something like that. I feel like we'll be better everywhere. I mean, our team's more matured. We didn't lose too many guys. I feel like we got good dogs coming in to work with us, too, so I feel like we'll do real good this year on D.
And the head coach is not lowering the bar on Hillsboro's expectations. Sucharksi is one of the first to raise it.
With the program and the tradition of this program, we always expect to compete for a conference and district championship. Sometimes, injuries, as coaches say, you got to be a little bit lucky with injuries and everything, but that's our goal. That will never change. That is the minimum expectation of what we should strive for. And I think, if you want to build a championship level program, that's where you got to start with those two goals. And so competing for a conference championship, competing for a district championship, it's got to start there, and that's our expectation at the minimum every year. And if we can do those things and put ourselves in that position to be in a Week 12 ball game, and if you're fortunate enough to win that, then you put yourself in a good position within the state.
Hillsboro begins a hotly anticipated 2022 football season by visiting Sykeston, looking to earn their place in the storied history of the Hawks. Reporting for Regional Radio Sports, I'm Nathan Gertz.